Tell them we ain't taking no days off. Days off, taking no days off. Boys think I'm long gone way out. Days off, no days off. You can tell them we ain't taking no days off.
All right, guys, Rob Ice Price here with you. I want to break down a single shot from Sammy Soto in his match against Ryan Trader a few weeks ago at the USA Cornhole Junior Championship. This was a clip that was released by the American Cornhole League. So let's watch it first. We'll break down several ways we're going to unpack this amazing, incredible moment from up-and-coming player from Texas.
He's going to go for the roll.
He rolls.
Why I don't like that. A slick side coming through. Trader can get it all. He left it exposed, and that's what happens. I wanted to see the block there from Soto, so he didn't give him all that to collect.
What a bag from Ryan Trader. He goes four-bagger again. Sammy Soto collects. What a shot from Sammy Soto and a double four-bagger.
That was a high-risk shot.
Okay, so let's break this down several ways. First of all, I want to go in-game score scenario, why Sammy did what he did. So we're going to see here that Ryan is up 14-9. This was a moment in the match that could have gotten away from Sammy. He was already down 10-1. Head straight back to make it 14-9. But if he just puts this in, slides it in, and gives up 2 for a 12-10 score, he's going to be down 16-9. And that's that kind of danger zone, 16, 17, 18. You're getting to the point where it could end any moment. And Sammy knew he needed to keep it as close as possible. And what's happening here is he's also telling Ryan Trader, bro, I ain't going anywhere. Keep trying, big boy. Now, let's watch it again, because I want to show you something incredible about the bag movement, the throw, what was going through Sammy's mind. Now, he steps out, no hesitation at all. Sammy steps right out, not all the way. Look at his feet now, gang. He doesn't step out the full 3 feet. He steps out about 6/8 worth, because he sees right here what he needs to do. He wants to try to put a bag right along that part of the bag. He sends the bag too far here. He's gone. That bag in his hand is going to go off here. So here comes the bag. Now I'm going to slow this down frame by frame. Look at the right side of your screen. You're going to see the bag lands. He's still in the air there. The bag is still in the air, but right there, you see the shadows and angle of the bag have now hit the board. So in the air and there, hits the ground, hits the board. And notice what's going to happen. She lands just about between 1/3 and halfway through. You don't want to land your slide shots like this, your collect slide shots, too close to the hole, too close to the bag for that matter. You want to have a little bit of time for the bag to slow down and get its spin going. Watch what happens here. Sammy gets a bit lucky right there. There's the magic moment. He compresses that corner where the bag in his hand takes its flat side. The flat side of the bag in the hand grabs the corner of the bag on the board, which then causes that kind of a push-collect gear effect, which you'll see right there. Notice the bag in Sammy's hand continues right on through and just almost like a puzzle piece says, come along for the ride, big boy. And notice what happens here. The front right corner of the bag of the board, which says LC, I think he's still in Logan Chamberlain's bags. So right there, it's just a quarter turn. All Sammy wants to do is make a quarter turn to move this corner right here by the time it hits the hole. So watch once again the LC, Logan Chamberlain side logo, and right there, the bag in the hand has done its job. It's moved the bag a quarter turn and about the length of maybe one full bag. So he's moved it a bag forward and turned it a quarter, and that's all he has to do. Just nudge it. And then at this point, if more than half the beads are going to land over the hole, what's going to happen, the magic here, and it's just going to follow suit, and there it is. There's your 4-bagger with a beautiful 6/8 step out shot that Sammy, now if the corner of the bag in his hand had hit the corner of the bag in the board, I'm honestly not sure he'd have got the same result. He may have gotten lucky, but what happens here is a little bit of luck here with tremendous skill, tremendous decision making, obviously. But to have that flat side compress, right there it is again, compress that corner, is what seals the deal and gives him the much-needed four-bagger to keep the round going as a wash. Now let's watch it again. This time I want you to look at the left side and look at the body language and the face language of this stone-cold killer from Texas. So here it is again. Ryan has pushed through here. Great shot by the young fella from California. Now watch this. As he releases the bag, his eyes follow the bag in the air. He's not looking down, but then right there, his eyes are up, as high as the bag is gonna go. And then as he tracks the bag down, now his eyes are down on the board, waiting for the bag to come back into his field of view. Still his peripheral, obviously. The tongue waggles like Michael Jordan, and he actually stands back up again. He knows it's good. There it lands, tongue closed again. His eyes are now following the bag, and look at his face. Frame by frame, zero emotion, just stone cold killer. Starts walking before the last bag is even in the hole. The only emotion you get is right there, that little growl there, get you some of that. And that's it. Wash it out. Look, he doesn't even look at his opponent. The opponent sticks out the knuckles. Just the no-look knuckles. You see his right hand, his right arm comes out, gives the knuckles as a sign of respect, continues down the boards, goes on to win this match, becomes a pro. That's a pro-level shot. That's as good as it gets in cornhole from the new rookie, hopefully a sensation rookie, Sammy Soto from the Dallas, Texas area.
Well, welcome back to the Cornhole Journey. Rob Iceprice here with you with a new Texas ACL Pro. Congratulations, Zach Harris. Huge accomplishment. You pulled off just a few weeks ago.
Sir.
Texas boys representing down there in South Carolina, Rock Hill. Well, I want to take us back on your journey from cornhole. So we'll get back to how we qualified in a minute, but I want to first learn about you. I want to let folks learn about who you are, how you got into cornhole, and why you love the game so much. So I think you're like mid-20s now. You're not that old,
22.
22 years
Yes,
old.
sir.
So how long have you been playing
I've
cornhole?
been playing for about 2.5 years.
That's it?
That's it.
How'd you get started?
And so my girlfriend, Cheyenne, she had a friend that her boyfriend played. And, well, we were at dinner one time in Weatherford talking, and he was like, hey, bro, why don't you come out and play cornhole one time? And I was like, okay. I was like, I play in the backyard. That's all I did.
Yeah,
I never thought
That's
it was.
how we all started.
Yes, and I didn't think it was that serious until, well, my first tournament was Waco SIG. And I showed up and I was like, wow, this is insane.
At that point, you're playing social
yes,
at that
I was
point?
playing social.
Yeah.
So I texted my brother and I was like, hey man, would you like to play? He's new, whatever, no big deal. And he's like, yeah, let's play. So we entered at Waco SIG and we both showed up and we were just like, dude, this is insane.
For real here.
Yes. So we ended up getting like 34th in social.
But you got the bug.
We got the book.
That's how it always happens. You
That's
play,
how it started.
Once you play against guys who know how to throw and you're like, oh, this is more than just backyard.
Yes.
Some people just connect. So was it one switch? Was it Waco? What was it about when you came back home, you're like, I want to get better at this game now? Because it flips for all of us at some point.
Well, my competitive kicked in after that tournament, and I was thinking when I got back or whatever, and I was like, man, I want to get into it a little bit more, see how the competitive is or whatever, because I've always played in the backyard or whatever. And so they were like, hey, download Scoreholio. So I was like, okay, cool. And I was looking on there, and there was a couple tournaments around my area, and I was in Cleburne at the time. So
where we're at tonight.
Yes, it was
Here
where
at the
we're
Elks, Cleburne.
Okay, Reef. What's the secret to beating this guy today? Give us the inside scoop. Kick his booty.
Throw it in the hole.
Throw it in the hole. Oh, you're saying hole for Zach? Okay.
I started off in competitive. I think I played like a couple SIGs in competitive, and then I got moved to B. And then I played one SIG and ended up winning the B doubles with
The
Caden
B
Miller.
doubles with Caden.
With Caden Miller, and ended up getting bumped to an A.
From right there on the spot.
Yes.
Well, they do that. TCL will do that. If
Yes.
you do really well at SIG or podium, they'll say you're moving up.
Yep. It's considered an auto bump. Okay, so when I first started, obviously I was hole for hole. And then I started playing better players and figuring out the block game or whatever. And I over time, I focused on blocking and air milling. And I played with that for, I don't know, a couple months, whatever. And then I went to my first ACL tournament and
Your first ACL tournament.
ACL tournament, and then found out that a lot of people there go hole for hole.
They do.
So they don't play a little dirty game like TCL does a lot. So I tried to play my game, which was the dirty game, and it didn't work out very well because they just kept pushing right through it. Just pushed
go
it,
over the
pushed
top.
it. Yep.
Or, yeah.
So then I decided that I wanted to try hole for hole. So now that I got both kind of games, the main thing I do is just slow down, go bag for bag, just slow down and throw your bag one at a time. And don't worry about what your partner or your opponent's doing. Worry about performing your game and perfecting what you need to do in that situation of a round versus just getting stressful and stuff like that. So I tend to slow down just a little bit, kind of slow my game down maybe.
Walk us through this journey to Rock Hill. You decide to go play at Worlds, the ACL Worlds. What was your mindset going into Rock Hill when you drove or flew out?
So my mindset was to go try to qualify.
Okay.
And that was my main deal I was going down there for.
Among other events.
Yes, which was doubles and singles, which I played with Zeb Smith. So we both drove down there together.
So good.
Yes, he's very, very good. And we both decided that we wanted to try to qualify. So we both drove down there together, whatever, played doubles and singles.
Tell us how much money it costs to try to qualify.
So it cost $150 a person to qualify.
That's it?
Yes,
That's all it costs?
that's all it costs.
Okay, now, I know some of the specifics, but walk us through. It's like a two-stage gauntlet. You have to win certain games to move on to the next stage. So walk us through both what the rules are and then how you progress through, because as I was watching online, just trying to on the stream, we were kind of hearing rumors that you were still in it. So walk us through how it works and how you did it in that process.
Okay, so the way it works is they have two groups in the morning. So you'll have 4 games in the morning. So you'll play your 4 games versus however you do will determine if you go to the 4th games at the end of the day.
Okay.
So you either had to go 3-1 or you had to go 4-0 to get qualified to get put into the last 4.
So if you go 2-2 in the morning session,
That's it.
you're done. Thanks for the $150. Try again next year.
Yep.
So what did you do in that first stage?
My first game was a little rocky. I started off 16-0. I was struggling. I was very nervous. Couldn't keep my head together. I was very nervous. And all the Texas guys that were there, they actually told me to call a timeout and actually told me to slow down. So I slowed down. I started throwing a little bit better, and then I just slowly started coming back, and then I ended up beating them 21-16.
In the first, so you're 1-0.
Yes.
Did you go on to go 4-0 in that?
No, I went 3-1.
You went 3-1, but that's good enough.
Yes.
I played after my first game, I played my 2 games. I won those, I think 21-10 or whatever. And I ended up having to play Zeb Smith for my 4th game. I was not very happy. I was kind of frustrated about it or whatever, and I ended up didn't throw good, so he ended up beating me. So I ended up going.
But he qualified for round 2 as well.
Yes, he went 4-0, and I went 3-1.
He gave you the 1L.
Yep. The good thing was
Of all the people qualifying, all across the state, you have to play your own partner.
yes,
It's random. That's how it happens.
It was, and
So you come back hours later.
yes. So the next session started at 6 o'clock.
That's a long wait.
It was a
Because
long
it was
wait.
another kind of round 1
Yes.
session around noon or somewhere around there.
Yes.
So you're waiting all day, just trying to stay loose. You come back in the evening, and now you're down
From 700 and something, whatever, down to how many are left for in the evening?
I'm not 100% sure how many were left.
a couple hundred though.
Yeah.
It was pretty hard to pare down.
Absolutely.
Does it start over then? It's just a clean
Yes,
wash?
it's a clean wash.
Okay,
So
then what
now you
happens
just start your 4 games over again. So my first game, I won 21-18. I started off that one a little rocky too. I started to get a little nervous again, and but I ended up coming through with that one. My game 2, that was my toughest game. I ended up having to come across Cameron Kingfisher, which
name
is an
sounds
ex-pro.
familiar.
He's also a pro as well.
Okay, he had to requalify?
Yes, he had to requalify. I felt like I threw good against him. I lost 21-10. He didn't miss.
I mean, he's pro, yeah.
Yep, he didn't miss.
Yeah.
My third game, I ended up playing another pro that was unknown, or I didn't know him anyway. Ended up beating him 21, I think 13 or whatever. And then my last game, played somebody I think was just there to play or whatever.
So you finished in that
3-1
again. So now you're
3-1. So
qualified. So then we're down to like
now we're down to the 30-something people.
Goes
Yes.
into a bracket, right?
Yes. So I went into the elimination bracket. So the way my seeding was is how I did in the 4 games. Well, I ended up going 3-1 in my 4 games. So I ended up getting a bye in the first round. So all I had to do was win 1 game to be an ACL Pro. And then I ended up coming against, I can't remember his name. His last name's Factor. But I started off really well. I started off 16-0. Like after the
you're
5th
feeling
round,
it.
16-0,
You're like,
I
I'm
was
5
feeling
points away from
Yes.
being you can't think that, but
You're
you're
probably thinking
Yes.
like, I am 5 points away from being
Yes.
a pro. It's the thought you don't want to have,
Yeah.
but it had to have been there.
Yes.
And what happened?
My nerves got to me. I let him come back a little bit. 2 there, 2 here, 1 there. Ended up coming 16-16. And my nerves were really, really high, and ended up getting a 4 spot on him, so I ended up getting 20 on 16. And then I let him get back to 20, so it was 20-20.
Was there at this point? Okay, pause. Was there like
A crowd for both
Oh, yes,
players.
yes.
all the Texas guys were there?
Yes.
Like, can you just give
Justin
us a
Burton.
shout out? Who are some of the guys?
Justin
who were
Burton Jr., Logan Chamberlain, Sammy Soto, Grant Upchurch, Ryan Fillingham, Vanessa Fillingham, Rob Fillingham.
there? Of course, Zeb.
Yes, Zeb, his parents.
What about Chase?
Chase Lester was there. He was watching too.
Yeah.
Who else? Ty Thompson.
Yeah. So all
yes.
the usual suspects
Yes.
From Texas were there.
cheering you on. You could feel it, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was feeling it.
Oh my gosh. So 2020, what happens?
So I ended up blocking. I got bags, or he had bags.
He
so
had first
went
bag,
in.
yeah.
He went in. I put a block. He tried to flop over me. He went to the side. I went for a push, missed my push, knocked that one in, but went off to the side of the board.
So now it's 4-4.
It's 4-4. He laid a block. I blocked behind him.
Yeah.
He shot an airmail. He missed. I shot an airmail and missed on the board. He went off the board. It was 6 on 5.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. It was nerve-wracking.
And that's it.
Yes.
ACL Pro.
I'm an ACL Pro. Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh. We were so proud of him. We of course we saw online the stream, and your name came up, and I actually found out somehow I looked through the bracket, and you were like the far bottom right, so you're like the last name. I was
Yes.
like, he did it, he made it. It's like the last guy. Like, let's go. So proud of you.
Thank you.
So what happens next? What do you do for sponsorships or preparing to? The season starts in a few months. So where is Zach Harris right now in your life?
So now I just travel, try to enjoy what I became now as an ACL Pro. Is just have fun and enjoy. Our first tournament is October 6th through the 8th, which is in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Back where you?
Yes, back where
Qualified.
I was. They're doing a little deal for all the rookies and stuff.
Oh, cool.
So
Okay.
I haven't found a partner. We haven't locked it in yet, but I think I got somebody. Everybody's gonna be
Good. Top secret now.
Yep.
He's not going to tell us in the Cornhole Journey just yet.
So I'm ready for my journey. I'm ready.
Okay, now let's talk about your actual grip and release.
Everyone's got their own,
Yes.
it's like a fingerprint. Everyone's
It's got a unique way they do it. So walk us through as best you can
So
what your grip looks like. And I like to talk about the grip and the release as well, if you
Okay.
don't mind.
okay, so people call me weird for it.
They what?
They call me weird a little bit for it because I put the seam in my hand. That's the best feel I like.
Okay,
Let's
the
put
seam right there.
Seam in the
The
bag.
seam, guys, if you don't, new to cornhole, that guy, the thing that stitches all the
Yes.
fill together, little seam right there. So you put that in your hand.
Yes, I put that in the palm of my
Okay.
hand. I just got a real genuine, easy grip.
So you're not really, you're
Nope.
not underneath
Nope.
flat fingers.
I just put my fingers on it and pinch
pretty
with
much
my thumb.
halfway down the middle, a little
And then
pinch
I
in the middle.
Pinch in the middle, and when I release, I just go straight back, straight forward, and just turn my wrist.
That's all it is.
That's all I do.
Very simple.
Yep.
Boom.
Just a real unique little.
Do you have, in your opinion, you have a high spin rate?
No,
It feels like it's
I have
not
a,
very much at all.
I have a low spin
I feel like
rate.
it's like this, almost like a knuckle.
Yes,
not quite, but
almost.
like a knuckle throw.
Just about.
Very controlled spin.
Yes.
What does that do for you when you see it land on the board? Does it cause it to kick more than enough to kick, or does it have any effect on
Sometimes yes.
keeping it straight? What do you think?
Sometimes it kind of messes with the stickiness of the bag.
Okay.
So I like to throw a stickier bag because I like playing the dirty game or whatever.
Yeah.
But if I don't got a high spin rate, so there's times where I feel like I throw it really hard, but it sticks right in front of the hole. And
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, I mean, it's just.
So when you release it again, go ahead, put your hand again, and go ahead and send it out. And so you're just
Palm
So
out,
you like
palm
to
flat.
finish palm up, really,
Yes, palm out and fingers in the hole
as best you can.
as best as I can.
So when I think about the cornhole release of the bag, I think there's really two ways. There's the pull and the push. I'm moving from definitely a kind of a pull to more of a Cade Miller push.
Yeah.
It's still, you get the same spin.
Yes.
It's funny how it works, but you can kind of like flick it like a frisbee, or you can kind of like a little shovel. And I'm finding that over time, for me, the shovel out is going to end up being more consistent for me, because I would just, if you do this, it's hard to keep it. I tend to go left too much. So, but you're a little bit of a pull out as opposed to pushing it.
Yes.
But you're down the middle all the time.
Yes.
It's your game.
Yes, sir.
Well, we're going to be following your game all year long. Another Texas kid doing well. So congratulations, Mr. Zach
Thanks,
Harris,
sir.
new ACL Pro.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, I'm here with Landon Villarreal. How do you say your last name? Villarreal. Pretty close. Yeah. One of the young guns here in the Dallas, Texas area. Got a silky smooth throw and release. So Landon, walk us through for some of the new players, whether we're my age or young as like you are. We want to get a good, consistent release and flat bag. They're one of the purest, low skill flat bags out there. So walk us through what exactly you're doing. I'm gonna put the camera right here so I can see what you're doing exactly.
So I mean, I hold it with just like my fingertips like this kinda, and I have like a butterfly grip.
Oh, so over the backside again?
Yeah, it like looks.
Oh my gosh. So you're grabbing it right in the just wrist above the seams, okay? And then what about your thumb?
My thumb's like
It's
right
kind of a
in the middle.
little butterfly action, right?
Yeah, it's like a butterfly, but it's not a full butterfly.
Okay, but your arm movement is interesting. What do you do with your arm here?
I mean, I just try to like hold it right at the hole to where I'm aiming, and then I just try to throw it right at the hole.
So I'm going to do it again, and you're going to release it out of your hand. I'll take it from you in slow motion. So right here, now it comes out, and what's your hand do?
I mean, my hand, you have to follow through so it stays straight. Because if you throw it like that, it's going to go flying and it'll flip flop in the air. But if you follow through with it, your hand right there.
So what are you? Do you look at the target of the landing spot or the hole, or what do you look at?
I stare at the hole the whole time. I don't,
Even though you land short.
yeah, even if I land short, I stare at the hole. And I just, like, you gotta get the muscle memory down. It took me a while to get decent.
How are you throwing it flat with that kind of a? Look at this grip, gang. I mean, you really got a nice butterfly, and you're pinching a lot of the bead bags. It's really getting pinched in here.
Yeah, I get all the beads pretty much in my hand.
So there's not much going on up here. That's pretty loose, guys.
Yeah. And then I just,
So it's almost like a little.
that's what helps me with my roll bag too, because that's what I try to do a lot. And all you gotta do is just a slight flick of the wrist. If you want to roll it, it's not anything crazy. Like, it's just a
Where the
slight,
pinky goes up,
yeah, just slightly.
like that.
Yeah.
Why do you like to throw it so low?
Straight. Well, I got used to playing at hoops, which have a really low ceiling.
That's lower than these.
Yeah.
These are kind of low, but hoops is like still like another 2 or 3 feet below this. So
That's where I used to play a lot, so that's kind of made my throw like that. And ever since I started, my dad got me slow bags, so I throw it really hard. So I can't throw anything fast. So
But these sloths are fast. Those are reef sloths, right?
Yeah, they're pretty fast, but these boards are perfect for these. They're moving perfectly.
Okay. Watch out for the landing. One of the young guns here coming. Are you a B or an A player?
I'm a B.
You're a B? He's an A. TCL, get your act together. Thanks, buddy. Keep throwing them straight.
Tell them we ain't taking no days off. Days off, taking no